Hi guys, so I'd figure I'd update you on some things I found and noticed after driving the truck and taking it on a few wheeling trips and some upgrades I've done. So the first thing I did before I took it on some major trails was I built these rock sliders here. Basically, we have angle iron right there. I think it's 3" by 2". And we have some outriggers. This is some scrap I had laying around. I used 1/4", but you can use any square tube you want. And this is 1/8" tube all the way down the side. So I got, 3 outriggers, 1, 2, 3. And I lined it up with the bottom of the rocker. They seem to have worked pretty good. Here's the bumper I made out of 3/16 2x6 tube, and I incorporated this was actually from the front drive shaft I had left over. I used receiver hitch tubing, so I cut that in and welded it. And this was from my steering I had as left over. It was the 1.5" Dom tubing. So I did some shackle mounts with it. You can have a 5/8 shackle with this setup. And then some flush mount LED lights. I used the plasma cutter to cut a hole and bolted them in. They come on with the reverse lights. So I've noticed after taking it out wheeling and whatnot that I've had a lot of rear sag. So I had some reverse rake, and that's due to the fact that the leaf springs that I'm using were brand new. So originally, I had the shackle at that height, and I've also added another overload leaf in there, which I'm not happy with. I'm gonna remove that and use a softer, longer leaf with a block. And that should help it, the ride quality. And also I have being the height it is now, I have too much down travel for the shock here, so I need to lower that mount around there because it's kind of a waste in terms of flexing out. So I'll adjust that in terms of where I want the leaves. So yeah, I got rock sliders, the bumper, adjusted the height of the rear, and to give it better road manners, I've added a Wiseco sticker. No, a steering stabilizer, so that they're welded to the tube. It's actually the IFS upper front shock mount welded to the tube, and then I welded a washer in there to use that bolt for the steering stabilizer, and then a heavy duty diff cover. Yeah, so I mean, it seems like there is a lot of trial and error when it comes to your leaf setup, I've found anyways. So I'm happy with the front. Just the rear right now is trial and error. So I'm gonna cut some more leaves from the parts truck here that I'm gonna play around with and see if I can get it where I want it. And I also bought a new welder. I recommend this welder actually. The price point is good, and I'm happy with how it welds. It's called an Everlast. This one here can do MIG and stick, so it's dual function. I'm just using the MIG at the moment. I have tried out the stick, but for what I'm doing here, MIG seems to be what I'm after. And I ended up building the bumper with it and the rock sliders. I'm really happy with the welds. So, yeah.